You say in the cut when we lock eyes. Had to hit the blunt twice. The way you move your body, won't you rewind? Do it for me one time. Girl, I got the bag on me. Buy you what you want, all the bottles on me.
What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Conway, aka Talk to Him Con, and I'm here. You know, I'm here. I'm back. Got my brain right. You know, it's none of y'all business, but I like to bring people into my world. We had a couple scares out here, but we're good now. Okay, and we back. Um, but today we're gonna be talking about something that has been happening around me and just seeing in social media has blown up real bad now, right? And it's like now I feel like I want to say something, right? And what that is dating and being a heterosexual male dating, right? I thank God that I don't have to go through this. Um, thank God that I have a family. I have a woman that I love, and we can be goofy. Every life isn't perfect, and I'm not saying we are, but you know, I just thank God that I'm not part of this new wave, right? And I say that because, you know, in these recent times, man, there's been a lot of discussion around heterosexual men, you know, and just in the dating force, in the dating scene, right? Um, and it's becoming a nuance, right? That with these um social expectations and personal preferences, right? Is those things have been coming an influence on perception of what men supposed to do on dates and things like that, and it's like, wow, right? And having friends that are still in the dating scene and just hearing what they're telling me and or what they've been about, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. So you know, dating has evolved significantly, I'm sorry, in the past decade, right? With shifting expectations of, both men and women. And I'm not just going to sit here because I don't want y'all to be like, oh, he's talking about just women. No, men have also changed the dating game, and some of them for the better, and some of them are like, what the fuck are y'all doing out here, right? But heterosexual men are increasingly finding themselves under scrutiny, right? And they're finding themselves underneath of scrutiny for behaviors that was once considered normal, right? So when I say once was considered normal, you know, taking a female that you're dating, you're liking, you're trying to know, it was a thing where it was okay to take them to Cold Stone and walk around and talk, or you know you didn't have to do that expensive first date, you know what I'm saying? Women back then, some some, but majority, I would say majority, women just wanted to have somebody that they can rely on and love back, and men wanted the same thing, right? And now it's just like, damn, where has that gone? You can't take a woman to Cold Stones and chill. Um, even the and chill part, like Netflix and chill has become a dating thing. Um, and it's crazy because you know me and my lady, we went out places, we went on, but we also had simple dates. We also had simple dates, but some men definitely do go all out. But it's not expect. It wasn't expected. It wasn't expected. Now it's like you see it just off of social media that it's expected for a man to take a woman out to an expensive restaurant. I just seen a mother go live with her son who went to take a female out, and they teenagers, but the female wanted a steak dinner. And it's like, you want a steak dinner, ma'am? Do you even know how to eat steak? Do you know the preparations of it? You know, what are you drinking with your steak? Are you drinking a fucking soda with your steak, ma'am? Since you want to be grown, you want to be your aunties, you want to be your mama, you know? And some people say she embarrassed her son, but she didn't because she's a woman. She's letting him know, don't fall for this bullshit that the new the new perception of dating is that only way you go out with me if you're taking me on a expensive date. I seen another video where a female said, "Hey," giving this guy hints about getting her nails done, and in that video, she said that he was like, "Okay, well, just let me know when you finish, and I could come pick you up, and we could go on our date." And from there, she just snapped on camera. You know what I mean? Saying that he is a broke nigga. He shouldn't be around her. Because he didn't offer to get her nails done, and it's like if if he's inviting you out to eat and they're dating, you're not in a relationship, you're dating. He shouldn't have to get your nails done. You it should be a two things that's happening here. He's trying to make sure he looks good on his first date with you, and you're trying to make sure you look good for him and yourself on the first date, right? So y'all can both each other minds. But that's gone now. That's fucking gone. So, but social media has amplified the opinions on modern dating, often, setting unrealistic, contradictory standards. Like I said, you'll have someone say, you know, just social media, oh, if a man takes me out on a date, then he has to do XYZ. And it's like, why? Like, it's a date. We're not in a relationship. We're dating. Dating is supposed to see if you like each other, see if it's going to be worth y'all wasting y'all time with each other. Dating isn't where, and that's another thing. I seen a person say, "Oh, we're dating," I seen them say that they were dating a guy. He went out of town with his homeboys, and she was upset that he didn't take her because he went out of the country. And she said that she's done with him because he was inconsiderate and didn't think of her. I was like, what? Like he was going out with his homeboys, but because he was going, don't mean he had to you know, bring you, and you not his girl. But like I said, like chivalry is gone. Like men can't walk up to women anymore and tell them, hey, you look nice, how you doing, boo, boo. Some of them do, but it's never getting a phone number, right? Everything's about IG, TikTok. What's your social media? That mean a person don't really fucking like you. Like, and it's intriguing because go for men and women. If someone's attractive, man or woman, they already got DM crazy, right? So when you go meet a female and she say, "Oh, just give me a DM," uh, send me a message in the DM or follow my Instagram, she's not gonna hit you back. She's not. And the ones that do, you're lucky. But how long does that work? You know what I mean? And I just want to ask a question like, are heterosexual men unfairly judged in today's dating scene? I think so. I 100% think that just off the strength of my friends who are still dating, they are going fucking through it, bro. They are going through it. But, just traditionally, men were expected to lead in dating, pay for the dates, being assertive, you know, and just exude that confidence, right? Just traditionally. You know, I mean, it seemed like the men always were the ones, men we were always the ones that went out, you know, went for the date. You know what I mean? Like asked the female out, right? We were always that one, right? Men. And there's no problem with that. But it was never no problem where the man took the woman either. Uh, you can't live Ruth Chris dreams and both of y'all catching the bus. Back in the day, that was no issue. You know, hey, meet me here since we both live in two different neighborhoods, right? Or um, meet me halfway and then we go down together. That type of shit. You know what I mean? If y'all caught the bus, you know, if she drove and you didn't, that wasn't an issue back then. You know, sometimes it isn't, but now it seems like just out the strength of friends and fucking social media, man. Me just watching social media and laughing at this shit, right? In the modern times, these expectations clash, right? With new ideas of equality and independence, right? So, and there's nothing wrong with a woman paying for the meal. Shit, it isn't. But in today's society, you'll see a woman who will refuse to pay for a meal, right? But this is the thing what dating is. Dating is to see where your minds even up at, right? And if they don't even up, if they don't match, then there's no need for a second date, right? So that's the whole, for me, what dating used to look like and what you used to hear, and now you don't see any of that because it seems like just doing that is almost like a cardinal sin. Just being a regular man trying to date a regular woman. Now, regular men are dating regular women who think they're fucking celebrities, and this thing get thrown around as of know your worth. It's always good to know your worth, right? But when it comes to knowing your worth, you got to understand that that other person should know their worth as well. And when we're talking about dating, I think the the traditional word for dating has become straight up. If we're dating, we're in a relationship. Now, some argue that masculinity is being, redefined, right? While others believe that men are, unfairly criticized for being too traditional or too, or just not progressive enough, right? So when I say too traditional, because a lot of men were raised to be this thing of a man, right? And it's still no one thing that we always knew a man's supposed to do is provide and protect. They tell you that from the jump. As a little boy, when you get older, even as a little boy, if you're the man of the house because daddy's not there, a lot of us went outside and got in trouble because we were looking to provide and protect, because we didn't want to see our parents out there going crazy and spending money and not being able to do things for you or themselves. So you made a lifestyle change that I'm not going to say was good for anyone, right? It sound good, but may not have been good for anyone. And not being progressive enough just means that a lot of men aren't conforming to today's society. What, simping. The word simping came out, and um, there's alpha and there's beta and all this other shit, right? And I hear it, alpha male, beta male, and shit like that. But a lot of alpha males that be screaming alpha males be really the definition of a beta male. But in the jungle, an alpha male isn't something to really want to portray, because a lion makes, you know, makes a house, excuse me, makes a home and then leave that home and then makes another one, right? Almost like life, right? And a lot of us are those lions that grow up without the father, but he made other obligations, right? But one thing we always knew, that no matter what, we supposed to protect and provide. Now, some men don't give a fuck about protecting, providing for their children at all, right? And if they have a family, some of them don't even give a fuck about the family, right? but just the traditional way of living, the traditional way of thinking of a man, we really still, as men, do not know what men are supposed to do. Now, you got some that'll sit here and act like, oh, I know what men is. I know what a man's supposed to be. I know what a man's supposed to do, right? Are you sure? Because you can have 100 men in a room and ask them what is a man supposed to do and what is a man. You might get 75, 80 different answers because it all becomes what a person was raised to believe, right? But it's only going to be two things that they're all going to say: provide and protect. Dating is different for some men. Some men play with their pockets. Some men lead with their pockets when they're dating. Which, I mean, if you got it, you got it. But then that also leaves the perception of everyone that's a man supposed to do it. Now, my question for everyone: how much should a man conform to modern exceptions without losing his identity, right? So I'm going to say it again. How much should a man conform to modern expectations without losing himself? And that's a real question because un, unlike women, men try to conform to the woman because they like that woman. Women hardly really confined to that man, no matter how much she love him or like him, right? And that's because we're taught again to treat women like queens and women queens, 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 right? Just queens. But just this my opinion. A lot of men just conform and lose themselves because they're looking to I would say just be in good graces, be in love, right? But then we have, you know, recent public, commentary, from our Grammy Award winner, Dochi. She called straight men a red flag when it comes to dating, right? And her statement was met with, a lot of mixed reactions. Some agreed, arguing straight men can lack emotional intelligence. Another fucking new word since all these relationship fucking podcasts and all these new fucking relationship gurus who telling you what you should be doing as a man and they out there bitch doing the opposite, right? But it's entertaining. But they argue, you know, straight men can lack emotional intelligence, while others felt it was an unfair generalization, right? And for me, I just feel like, okay, if you don't like, I'm apologize, my damn glass. If you don't like men, if you don't like straight men, just, you know, the red flag could have been something else, right? But it just seemed like heterosexual men are being pushed to the back burner. right? And hey, if she like women, she like women, bro. You know. But then she also said on the Breakfast Club that she dated bisexual men, which means she likes men who likes what she likes on top of liking what she's supposed to don't like, right? And that's just a man liking a man. And it just like this whole propaganda that, being a straight man is a fucking disease now. Like being, and a lot of people fell into that with wearing these purses and shit and these skinny jeans and, you know, now everybody wearing clutches, men wearing fucking clutches, you know, men wearing bell bottoms with fucking high heel shoes and a fucking purse. I ain't talking about the 70s with the elevator shoes and shit. I'm talking about heels and like your mother or your sister would wear, right? Your aunts. And as soon as skinny jeans came in play, I knew life was a fucking make me feel like I'm like last of a dying breed. There's so many men out here that can say that they fucked or sucked another man, bro, but got a whole family at home. Or portraying that they like women, right? But, I feel like for me, she could say what she wanna say. That's her. But for me, I also say that, you know, her saying that she knew that it was gonna strike controversy. You won a Grammy, so you didn't need this type of controversy, right? And then for me, that's just another strike in the face, another slap in the face, another, you know, Chris Rock, you know, to the face to heterosexual men who just men, bro. We just fucking men. Now, is this a reflection of a broader, you know, so, social sentiment or just a idolized opinion? You know, does she not like straight men trying to date her, or was that like her real red flag? Like she just hates a straight man thinking she's nice, and even though she up there doing what she does and what she wears, and if a man likes that, if he tries to approach her and take on a date, would she still date him because she might think that he's gay until she realized that he's not, and then you know cut him off, which is weird. Um, and then there's a raise. It's just been a real bad rise of this red flag culture. You know how small personal preferences are being generalized as deal breakers, right? Um, I just seen this clip that went viral on TikTok and Instagram where a woman saying it was childish for a man who paid for her fucking food, a man who paid for her fucking food, right? To order chicken nuggets. It was a deal breaker for her because he ordered chicken nuggets at a fucking chicken spot. She said they were at Texas chicken. And if anybody can get me some of that Texas chicken and shit, gotta be good. But he paid for our food. And then she noticed that he ordered chicken nuggets. And she was distraught. she was she was hurt in this video, right? That makes them. Then she said it was he was unattractive and everything. And I'm like, is food preference a valid way to judge masculinity? Or is this an example of a hyper judgment in modern day dating? Next thing you're gonna know is a man can't drink out of fucking drink out of straw. He gotta drink out the cup. He can't drink out a bottle. You gotta put it in the cup. But if you're at a chicken spot, I don't think it should be. So I guess maybe he was eating on the go. Maybe he was a entrepreneur or business professional, right? Or just a man who likes chicken nuggets. But excuse me. But because he got chicken nuggets, he became unattractive, and you was like, oh, he was so sexy and this and shit. But once you notice he got chicken nuggets, you thought he was childish and unattractive now. That doesn't make fucking sense. Then I seen another TikTok go viral when a woman said that she seen a man buying ice cream. He got it on the soft serve. She said another one. There's another one. She thought he was attractive. She almost slipped him a number, and then said once she seen that he ordered the ice cream and he started eating it himself, she automatically thought that he was gay. So now men can eat ice cream, eat chicken nuggets. It's already bad that we started this whole bullshit with calling hot dogs glizzies when back in my time a glizzy was a gun. But now a man can't eat a hot dog at a baseball game or none of this shit. You can't eat a hot dog in a fucking cookout, bro. What is the society coming to when it comes to just being a man, masculinity, bro? Like being a heterosexual male with no intentions on doing anything, bro. Then this shit is so crazy is because I have gay friends. One of my best friends is gay, right? And I just seen another one that said, you know, she was dating this guy, found out that he had a gay friend. She told him that he had to stop hanging with the gay friend. And he was like, man, I know him from the Sandlot. Like we damn near, you know what I mean, came up together from from thick and thin. Can't give up my friend. And she was saying that after she told him that, she was like, oh yeah, I realized that he was gay. You know what I mean? She said he was gay because he fucking had a friend who was gay and didn't want to stop being his friend because she wanted him to. So now men can't be associated with nobody. You can't even eat a fucking chicken nuggets. And this is crazy because McDonald's have a 10 and a 20 piece for a reason. It's not just because women are eating them. And it's just these perceptions, right? That a lot of women are putting on men. And that's why the fuck they on these pop the balloon shits. Because you can't really find a man who's willing to be a man because you want him to be this fucking fictional character in your head. That's what's going on. A lot of people are making fictional characters in their head and expecting them to play out that way. And like I said, I'm happy that I'm not in that market, bro. Cause my homeboys be going through it. And it's like, how can trivial preferences like eating chicken nuggets or getting ice cream can reinforce outdated gender norms? Like, what is a fucking manly food that we can eat? Like, is a man only supposed to eat steak all day? But what about the ones that, shit, can we still eat fish? You know? Can men still eat fish? Or is it that chicken nuggets slow, don't cost that much, and as a man, you shouldn't eat it? But social media has a major influence on how people view dating and relationships. Many dating options go viral, you know, and the dating options is from people telling other people how they should date, right? It's like these these dating opinions, right? And telling people that how to have dating options are getting out of hand because it's leading to a widespread of agreement or backlash, right? Even if they're based on personal biases, right? Because all this shit is personal bias. All these relationship gurus, they just sit there and listen to their homegirls, their mothers, their sisters, their cousins all complain. And they say, shit, I know what I'm gonna do. I know how to make some money. Shit. Kevin Samuels got rich out that shit. But the more and more you watch it, the more and more you watch it, them niggas ain't shit either. Even the women. These women gurus and shit telling you what you should do, what you should done. That shit don't work for everyone. It sound good. Um, but it just seemed like, social media is influencing people's lives, real life experiences, right? And then someone actually takes that real life experience and then throw some other shit on it to sauce it up to make it sound good. Now, it's another question for you. Are we, the people, letting the internet dictate personal attraction too much? Are we, the people, letting the internet dictate personal attraction too much? The internet got people thinking that, oh, you got to get a BBL. Fucking Vivica Fox, who we know in flat our whole fucking lives, got a BBL and look like this bitch got a pamper on. But that's the perception, right? At one point in time, then it was like, oh, you can't. I don't want to date a man that's short. Then he's had these dummies going out here getting knee surgery to become taller. Like, nigga, when you get older, what's gonna happen? Like, what are we doing here? Where's the old fashioned? And I ain't that old, but I'm just saying, like, where's the old fashioned getting to know each other? Every time you see a person and it's like, oh, this person just beat this person up, or then they met on fucking Instagram or Facebook, and only been together for a year. Next thing you know, he killed her or she tried to kill him. Cause y'all motherfuckers don't know each other. Because y'all was out here trying to date for social media. Y'all out here dating for social media. Y'all out here dating so you can take a picture and say, oh, he took me here. Oh, he took me there. Right? And then men are out there dating for that same shit and crying broke because now they just spent all that fucking money on somebody that they might not even fucking see again because they're just dating. And then you have I just seen as a clan of women who date just for food. So you bitches hungry? And a lot of you motherfucking men out there okay with that shit, making this worse for the next generation. I got 3 daughters, man. I'm not gonna raise them to suck a nobody, bro. If you like the person, you like the person. If you don't, you don't. Right? But that's what a date's supposed to be. Not, oh, we went on our first date. Where y'all go? Disney World. What the fuck? What the fuck? But how does the, constant exposure to extreme opinions, right, online shape the way men and women judge each other? That's a real question because now you got men being like, I'm not dating these dumbass bitches. And then you got women like, brokey, all that shit, right? So now you have another imbalance of men and women hating each other guts because they're just trying to be part of this social media world. And it's sick. It's sick. Like just scroll down up and down your Instagram or your TikTok and just see how many relationship gurus and how many non-relationship gurus out there just telling people what they should do, how they should do it. You know, you got women out there telling men that, if you're not taking a woman on a date, you ain't shit, to an expensive restaurant, you know. You got women telling men that if you eat chicken nuggets, you're a fucking weirdo. Wow. But it's important for men to understand shifting social norms and be open to different perspectives. At the same time, men should, feel, they shouldn't feel forced to change who they are to fit in with the trends, right? And that's basically what's going on. You're fitting in with the trends and hurting yourself at the same time. Now, how can men stay confident in who they are while, being respectful to modern day expectations? Basically, not putting themselves in that way. Don't try to date that woman because you think she looks good. Date the woman because she has a good head on her shoulders. Date the woman because you can see that she's a beautiful butterfly on the inside and not the outside. I know a lot of y'all might be like, "Ah, fuck that old head tripping," but proof is in the pudding. That shit ain't working for y'all at all because every day more, speculations come up about what a man's supposed to be and what a man is. And like I said earlier, being a man is still being fucking experimented. As children, we're taught how to be a man, but a lot of women are taught how to be a woman. And the ones that are taught to be a woman are taught that a man's supposed to do X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. That's why you have a lot of people in a fucking failing economy still say that they won't pay one bill in a home with a man. But, the pressure to change to meet certain expectations when it is, compromised and when it's losing yourself and, how men feel they can't win if they are traditional. They feel like they're outdated. If they're progressive, they're weak. Encouraging men to focus on being their best selves rather than trying to fit into a ideal that might not even be realistic for them or even the girl. Because a lot of people who want certain shit has never had that shit. But I'm gonna just say this, baby. Before I'm gonna just say this, man. Before I wrap up, right? As a real bad psychology, like impact on consistently being scrutinized and how this affects, men's confidence and mental health, right? And a lot of men won't say it, but a lot of men have mental health because they're trying to keep up with who they're with or who they want to be with, right? Just like a lot of women, they trying to fit into this new norm and they're mentally draining and killing themselves. We just creating a dating culture, right? That is hyper critical, leading to unrealistic expectations. Everyone's crying that is no money being made, but when you go on a date, you got to spend the money that's not being made. And I want to ask this question and see if y'all answer it. What does this mean for relationships in the long run? Will it lead to more misunderstandings or division between men and women? And the importance of open, honest conversations about expectations in dating. Gotta have those shits, man. You don't know him, and he don't know you, but you want him to fucking take you on a date to Ruth Chris or Benny Hanna's back in the day, or one of these high price fucking restaurants, whatever. You know what I mean? But you don't know. But you don't give a fuck because you get a meal. And you don't know her, but you don't give a fuck because you think you get some ass. I just encourage men to focus on being their best selves rather than, like I said, trying to fit in, right? But I say there should be a shift, shifting expectation towards social media, navigating dating for heterosexual men. Just emphasize the importance of authenticity and respect in dating rather than conforming to these viral trends, right? Or try not to be put on social media because you didn't take somebody out for a steak or buy our household food because you took her out on a date. I just want my listeners to think critically about whether certain dating standards are personal preference or unnecessary pressures, right? Because if it's unnecessary pressure, you shouldn't be in that situation. And my final thought is dating, well, is modern dating making things better or worse for people? Generally just trying to connect. But this is my time. Thank you again for listening. Peace and just relax. Take it slow. This your boy Conway. Definitely follow me on all social media platforms. Excuse me. Damn, turned into Michael Jackson just now. All social media platforms. TALKTOOEMCON. Right. And look out for me for more.